What's going on? It's Scantless, and I'm cooking up some beats for Bazaar. So I'm working on a pack to send to him. I set goals for myself each year to do new things, something outside the norm. So one of the goals this year is cook up beats tailored to different artists that I haven't worked with before, send them out some beats, and then just work on building new relationships. So this is beat number 2 I got. So I got 2 going so far. This one's almost done. I'm gonna play it real quick and I'm gonna break down how I made this. So check this out. There's no title yet. So it's just beat number 2. Check it out. Yeah, so that one came out pretty slick. And I always like to do some type of beat change or some type of beat switch. And you never know what an artist is going to like. Like every time I try to figure out what someone's going to like, they end up picking something I never thought they would. So I just create freely what I feel and then leave it up to whoever to decide what they like. You know, you send somebody a pack of beats. I heard Bink say, you know, he never sends no more than 5 beats. So even for Jay's new album, he said when Jay hit him, he sent him 5 beats. So he never sends no more than 5 beats for whatever reason. So I kind of like that. So I'm like, all right, bet, start making 5 or 6 beat packs. Because you give somebody too much, they got too much to select from. You don't give them enough, it's just a couple beats, whatever. So 5 seems like a good number. But let me break down and show you how I made this real quick. So if we go over into the sample in the MIDI, so I used a plugin called Spawn. Spawn's a MIDI generator. So it just generates MIDI. That MIDI runs through instrument samplers. You can change out the instrument, change up the MIDI, add to it, subtract from it, make it your own. It's something that's unique. There's nothing else like it or nothing else exactly like it. It's just your own custom sample before you sample it out. So what I do, I use it to generate samples sometimes, or MIDI to make samples, because I try not to never sample because I really want to challenge myself. And so this is what it generated. So what it does, it generates a bass, a melody, and like a counter melody pretty much. They call it chords and melodies. So this is what it made. Now, I don't use this Spawn a lot because I really like to make the melodies myself with like no type of assistance, which is really hard to do. On this one, I'm like, let me run it through, come up with a couple ideas, and this is the one I landed on for this beat. The other one, I played everything out using the Rhodes and something else, the Rhodes and the Juno. But this is the sample that I changed it down to. So I pitched it down to B minor, A sharp minor, A sharp minor. And then we took that and ran it in Serato Sampler. So if I open Serato Sample up, let's open up this one. This is the main chop. So the way I sample stuff, because a lot of times what I have to do is I have to make my own sample and then I sample my own sample, and then it's something unique. Like I don't have to ever worry about copyright claims. I don't have to worry about people saying, hey, that's non-royalty, or that's not royalty free. You got to get a license for it. I don't have to worry about none of that. Like my beats are my beats. There's never no issues on clearance with them because I make them. All right. So this is one instance of Serato sample. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want. So I have 3 different ones. So one of them, I got it set up to where it plays the sample like keys. So as you hit different keys, it just chooses from that chop point and plays the sample like a note almost. So for the intro one, which is this one, so in Serato sample, you just select the key button, the piano button, and then that way you can kind of play it like a piano. And then with my setup, what I use is, so I got an Akai MPD pad. So this works perfect with Serato sample because even in the sampler, so you have all these chop points and then you have different pages. So page B, this is the middle note C. And then what's cool about this is you can select chop points in reverse. So you can select a point and put it in reverse. Just their algorithm for time stretching, BPM sync, being able to make the sample play slower or faster on beat. You could change the key of it. Like, it just works really, really good for sampling stuff. It's the best sampler that I found. And then you hit this button and it literally syncs it with the BPM. So it's synced with the DAW. That way it's always in time. But I mean, you could change the key. So I pitched it down -7 to E sharp minor, I believe that is. But these are the sample points or the chops we used right here. So this is for the main part of the verse. Now, this is going through gross beat. So in order to give it some type of movement, I run stuff through gross beat sometimes. So this is the sample without gross beat. Let me turn off the master real quick. Or let's turn off the MK. So with gross beat on, it basically gives it that movement. It's kind of like an arpeggiator in a sense. So that's giving it that movement, which you can take something so simple and then give it that movement, and then it pretty much spices it up to where you need. So that's that, and that's pretty much how we made the main sample for that. Got to add a few things to it, but we're pretty much there. And then use the real drum loop of like some hats from a drum kit. I programmed out the kick and the snare on this one. Kick, snare, ride, crash. And then like a snare roll or snare break. And then to give it some type of contrast to make like it change up so it doesn't get so boring or the same, I added this drum loop from a drum kit, and then I filtered out some of the frequencies using decap. So basically we just filtered out some of the lows so it kind of sounds like a telephone in a sense. without decapitator. And that just gives us some contrast going from the main drums for the main part of the verse into like a switch up or change up at the end of the verse before it goes into the hook section. And then at the end, we just added, took it from like high energy or high level energy and then down to like mellow, sad, whatever you want to call it. And we just made another sample, ran through halftime, and it gives us that like slow motion effect. And then I did the same with the drums. Drums ran through halftime. And that's pretty much the beat. Like I said, there's no name for it yet. I'll eventually name it, but as of right now, that's beat number 2. But it's your boy D. You guys stay tuned. I got more coming because I got another one that I cooked up. I'm going to show you guys a preview of also. But that'll be in another video. But it's your boy D, and I'm out of here. Like, subscribe, all that BS.